All right. Welcome back to another episode of The Trigger Man. I am your host, Trigger Man. Today we have another one of these reaction type videos we're going to do. You know, these videos, believe it or not, they're like a form of therapy for me, you know. As I'm sure you guys are aware, there's a lot of painters on YouTube, man, that are stressed, you know. It's stress. Go, stressed. This stuff will stress you out, man. You know, being a painter, being on YouTube, then you're going to be a pretender on top of it. Like, this stuff will stress you out, man. Have you going gray, going to the doctor, stressed, don't know what's wrong with you. So this is just a form of therapy for me. As you guys know, I like to laugh in my videos. I joke. We joke. You know what I'm saying? Trigger, man. Everything. It's just life, man. You gotta laugh and you gotta joke, and you know, you gotta have fun. You know, and this balances things for me, you know, so hope you guys enjoy them as well. You know, that's why I like to add some funny things in there as well, and then some things we learn from, and we open up a discussion in the comment section, and it's all good, you know. So that's what we're going to do today. Got a few clips lined up, and hope you guys enjoy. See you in the comment section.
In this video, I'm going to show you guys how to spray your car in your own garage. Prep your paint with 400 to 600 grit sandpaper or a red Scotch-Brite pad. That's going to leave the surface of your paint looking nice and scuffed and no longer glossy. Really important to mask off what you don't want sprayed. I don't want my vents sprayed here, so I taped them all up. Before we can spray anything, we need to make sure that it's super clean. Grab this at a local paint shop. Dribbly. You need to rub and clean everything, baby. This stuff needs to be totally dirt and grease free. Next thing you need is a tack rag. This is to remove all that different dust. This stuff is a little bit sticky, but it doesn't transfer any of that stickiness onto the panel, and it is excellent at picking up any kind of dust that might be on it. Now that we're done cleaning it, it's time to spray some sealer primer. This stuff is a little bit thin, and essentially what this does is seal in all the different paints. You can do without this, but I highly suggest using it because otherwise you're gonna have to lay a lot of base coat, and base coat is very expensive. Always use a paper filter while you're pouring your primer because it tends to clump a little bit. As the primer sealer dries, it goes from this glossy surface to a nice little matte like over here. Now it's time for the fun stuff. The base coat, baby. Snapper Rocks Blue Pearl. This is a nice BMW color. And yeah, in the sun, it's quite pretty. This much paint here, half a gallon of unmixed, is about $280. We're gonna mix 1 part of
We got some matrix.
that base coat to 1 part of a medium reducer.
Drink up, Steven. You're the weakest.
Mixy. Typically, I tack it off, get everything ready, tack it again. Make sure there is no dust. Spray your paint 6 to 8 inches away from the body, and make sure that you overlap by about 50% each time you do a pass. Maintain a wet edge. Before we can apply the clear coat, we have to let this base coat sit for half an hour. So while that's drying, I'm gonna go ahead and clean my gun. We're gonna use a high solids clear coat. I got this at my local auto body shop. It is 2 parts this to 1 part hardener. We're gonna shoot with honestly one of my favorite guns. This is the Black Widow from Harbor Freight.
Favorite gun, the Black Widow from Harbor Freight. Will somebody please tell this dude about the Iwata LPH 400? Come on, bro. And you're in the garage. Perfect for that.
It's actually the most expensive one they sell, and I'm actually pretty impressed by it. Make sure you maintain a wet edge. If you're ghetto like me and you're shooting outside, you're probably going to get some bugs, so bring some tweezers.
If you're ghetto like him. Buddy, you ain't ghetto.
Just in case. Boop. I don't know if the camera picks it up, but
Yeah,
it looks pretty good. Not 100%, but I would say a solid 90. If you like this type of content and you're not always following me, go ahead and click that button.
I agree. Good 90%. That looks real good, especially if you're sitting there right in the open.
And don't forget to tell your mother that I love her.
I know so many painters that are out there with a 1.2 spray head. And everybody goes, that's good. John, you need to slow down. You need to...
I had to throw this dude in, man. Hey, I realize a lot of y'all don't like them. I get it. You know what I'm saying? It's just the dude funny to me. And I'm trying to add some humor to it. And in my opinion, man, it's probably the funniest dude on the internet, man. As far as in the paint stuff. Like, man, this dude is funny, man.
You need to get a little closer. You need to do this. You need to do that. I'm not shooting with a 1.2 spray head. 1.2 spray head uses such a fine of a mist, and they don't get orange peel, okay? But they also take an hour and a half to paint a hood with a 1.2 spray head. They'll base it with a 1.3, but they'll wait and clear it with a 1.2, which has so fine of a mist that it doesn't get orange peel, but there's so much overspray going out into the air that you're actually using more material. Your 1.2, that you're putting 6 coats of clear on somebody's hood, I can use my 1.4 and use 2 coats of at a 1.4 spray head and equal your 6 coats of 1.2 spray head, which means you're using more material.
It's taking you
Which
longer.
means it costs you more money because you're using more material. I've been screaming this for well over 3 years when I saw the first moron go, look at my 1.2 spray head. It's great.
Oh, shit. Hey, man. This dude, man. In a way, he's right. He is right. 1.2s, yes, they spray a lot finer. And yeah, they spray finer, but they take forever. Doing the whole car, you know, it's a lot of work. It looks good, you know, and I think that's more of a social media thing. Like out in the real world, when you're in production shops and it's like you gotta go, you gotta turn hours, like, and you're trying to turn big hours, like it's just not a thing. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard for me to really explain it, but it's not a real thing. You know, it's just certain situations you want a car that's like super glass, and what he said is right. Like, they don't spray too much orange peel, they spray fine. And if that's what you're looking for, then that's cool. If it's something you're doing like a hobby or part-time and you just want that type of finish. But for the guys that are out in the real world, need to turn hours, make money, and on flat rate, commission, like that little stuff, man, it's not, to me, this is my opinion, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's nothing that, no. So he's right. As far as the material, like, I don't know if it's a big difference in material. Yeah, it has a lot of overspray, a lot of fog in the air you'll have with a 1.2, but it looks nice. It looks real nice. So, you know, he's partially right, but he's funny as hell. I had to have him.
What not to do once you join a body shop. Let's get straight into it. Don't be too friendly with your coworkers. Just go and focus on doing your job. Now, I'm not saying you should be mean or completely expressionless, but limit how nice and approachable you are. Otherwise, people may start getting too comfortable and start playing games with you.
Now, I don't know. I feel a certain way on this one.
Don't be too friendly with your coworkers. Just go and focus on doing your job. Now, I'm not saying you should.
Man, this is a tough one. He's right. He's right. Okay. He's right. He's right, but he's wrong. Okay. And I think this is just depending on where you grew up. You know, I'm just gonna say it straight up. It's like where you grew up. I feel like a lot of people, and I was raised this way. My father, to be honest with you, my father raised me this way, not to be friendly, not to be too hi, smiling. Like my dad, growing up, my dad would pop me if I meet somebody and I'm smiling and happy and all of that. Like, he would pop me with a belt, like a real pop, not like pop, not that, but like, don't be like smiling and ha, because people, they do that, man. And I know some people not gonna really get it, and I probably don't even come across like that to you guys because I'm always joking and laughing, and I mean that's really how I like to be. That's who I am. But I do see where this dude is coming from, and yeah, he's right to a certain extent, you know. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, because this was my answer for this. I had been trying to see like what would I actually say, and I didn't even know. I just freestyled it. But let me know in the comment section what you guys think about that. You know, when you start a new job, are you like, hey, how you doing? Hi, yeah, bud, yeah, oh yeah, I'm my wife, my kid, my dog, yeah, and just everything, or you kind of like sit back and, you know. But I guess it's all on your outlook on things.
Be mean or completely expressionless, but limit how nice and approachable you are. Otherwise, people may start getting too comfortable and start playing games with you and eventually start disrespecting you, and you don't want that. Okay, another thing, breakthroughs. Try not to break through the paint when you're buffing or prepping a blend panel. If you do that more than often, you will probably lose your job. Another thing, don't be that lazy person. Always stay on your toes and keep moving. If there's nothing else to do, start sweeping. Okay, last but not least, if you feel like you're overworking yourself and not getting paid what you're worth, speak up, because closed mouths don't get fed. Thank you guys for watching. Follow me for more content and stay tuned. Bow.
Okay. I can dig it.
All right, y'all, I've been holding out on you a little bit. As you can tell, the car is in absolute distress. No, it's in pieces, but that's my fault. I've had these brand new fenders for about a year now. I actually painted them last year. I paint them in the garage, so they got a couple dirt nibs and need wet sanded and whatnot. They could be a little shinier. But you see some stuff where the body work was. I had to fix a couple spots when I got them. But overall, they're not too shabby. Like I said, for a garage paint job. I paint for a living, if you don't know that already. I've probably said it in my other videos, but I do body work and paint for a living, but for a dealership. And I don't have any of the provisions that I have at work here, so.
Dealership. So you don't have any of that fancy stuff that he has at work, at home, to do this. So I'm telling you, a lot of you guys that are doing this stuff from home, man, you guys probably spray better than half of these dudes in the dealerships, man. And that dealership stuff, when you got all of that fancy stuff, everything you need, and all the fancy equipment, like, and then you come down to doing it at home, if you can get a decent paint job at home, hey, man.
Other luxuries I have at home that I have at work. So anyhow, you guys probably remember I have that new cow hood because this is my old hood. Well, I've been painting it, but here's the catch. I've painted it 4 times now. Yeah, you heard that right. And it sucks. Let me show you why. Alright, so this one I painted outside underneath the canopy. Anyway, I'll get into that in a second. Before I show you the issue, you can probably already see it. I just want to say, I painted this with the exact same compressor, the exact same paint gun, the exact same setup. It's actually, I have a better setup this time because I have a legit desiccant system now. So I purchased the desiccant system, the desiccant beads, got a dryer and all that good stuff for it. But somehow, some way, on the last coat, every time I painted this hood, moisture starts coming out of my airline. And sure enough, you know what that does? Oily water. You get a lot of fish eyes. So fish eyes, if you don't know paint terminology, you get like a little center of like contaminant.
You see? And a lot of guys working in the big fancy shops and those dealerships, they don't even know what that is. They wouldn't even know what to do if that happened, you know? It's like when I did a video last year on fish eye eliminator, how to get rid of fish eyes. I sprayed the hood, and people didn't know this until the end of the video. I painted the hood black single stage, and I took mosquito spray, and I sprayed on the hood just so that it can fish eye, and then I can fix it, correct it to show you guys. Matter of fact, I'll link that video. That'll be the video that'll come up after this, okay? At the end, the little thingy, it'll be for this. But I did that purposely so that I can show how to correct it. And there was guys in there telling me, that's not fish eye. That's solvent pop. That's this, that's that. It's like, people don't even know what that is, man. It's like, it's crazy, you know? So that's why a lot of times, you guys doing this from home, man, a lot of you guys have more skill on how to get out of stuff than guys working in big fancy shops, you know? They wouldn't even know what to do with that. They wouldn't even know what it is, probably.
And the paint kind of circles around it and creates like a crater. Well, this whole hood,
That's horrible.
is just covered in fish eyes. You probably can't see them that good on camera.
Oh, we see them.
This is a bad spot. This has got some like solvent popping here too. But there's just a ton of fish eyes. You can see them good at this angle. The finish would look great. I mean, you can see it's like a mirror if it wasn't for the freaking fish eyes. So, really disappointed. I'm at the point now where I'm thinking about just throw it on the car and fix it later because Good Guys is in a solid 2 weeks. I also didn't notice this before. There's a freaking dent right here, which I might be able to PDR that. Anyhow, it's about to just go on the car as it is because I know it looks like garbage and it's embarrassing and I don't even want to be like claim this as my work because God, what is even that? Anyway, I just want to give you guys an update. I'm going to start getting the car together here soon. But until then, I got to deal with this disaster, so bear with me. I know it's ugly. You can laugh at me all you want. If you're body shop tech for 45 years and da-da-da, do this, do that, whatever. I get it. Like I said, I'm painting it outside. This is my nonsense I got going on here.
Don't have to be a body tech for 45 years to laugh at you, brother. It could be 2 years. And I mean, I'm not laughing, but I'm just saying. I guess I felt offended when it's like, okay, the 30-year painters and 45-year, so we're the ones that are going to laugh at it. No, anybody can laugh at this shit. You know, it's like, no, in 2 years, still laugh.
Here. But fish eyes everywhere. Gotta love it. And this is coming out of my pocket. Obviously, it's my paint. I'm using, for those you want to know, Shopline Plus. There's a place called Ohio Auto Color here in Ohio. So I'm using Ohio Auto Color and Shopline Plus base coat and Shopline clear coat. It's a urethane or acrylic urethane base coat clear coat system. So solvent based. I don't use any of that single stage stuff. So anyway, that's an update. You can really see the dinger there. And that I don't know how I didn't notice that when it was in primer. I might have actually done that when I was test fitting the hood and shutting it, but
looking at that dent, it's like, man, look at here.
Massage that out. But yeah, that's the update. I will catch you all next time. In this video, I'm going to show you.
Okay, so that's it, man. That's it. That's it. Again, something fun, man. Just something, you know, therapy. This is therapy for me, for Trigger, okay? To keep me level. At, you know, I don't want to be like these other painters, man, going crazy, looking old and run down. Like, I need to laugh, man, you know? And that dude, what's his name, John? The hillbilly dude? I need more of him. I need a whole damn video, all of him, man. This dude, right. But anyway, yeah, man, I hope you guys enjoyed. And I will catch you in the next one. Peace.